Arlington, Texas, where the temperature outdoors is over 100 degrees indoors. The Cowboys taking on the Oakland Raiders, where Wade Phillips' team can play in the comfort of 72-degree weather, Babe Laufenberg.
And Wade Phillips has said that starters will play just a little bit longer tonight than they did against the Cincinnati Bengals, and so that'll be good for fans as well as the air-conditioned confines.
Myself, Bill Jones, and Babe Laufenberg up in the broadcast booth. Our first Steiner Sports call to the sidelines tonight. Mickey Spagnola is down there. Mick.
Hey guys, Cowboys going into this game without 13 players being held out for injury reasons. So the big key tonight for this team, stay healthy. They can't afford any more injuries heading to Oxnard.
All right, Mickey will be roaming the sidelines tonight. Tony Romo and the first team offense expected to play throughout much of the first quarter, at least in this one. Wade Phillips said that the first teamers may play a little bit more than they did in the preseason opener in Canton just 4 days ago on Sunday night, a 16-7 win over the Cincinnati Bengals.
And I really do believe, Bill, that Tony Romo is the kind of guy that does like to play. You know, a lot of guys that beg out of the preseason games. I think if you said, hey, you play the whole game, he'd be fine with that. I really do.
He's a competitive guy.
No, I don't think Wade Phillips would be fine.
Well, the Cowboys want to get out of this game without any injuries. Of course, it was a fairly devastating night, especially on the tight end front on a Sunday night, as the Cowboys lost John Phillips to a torn ACL. That was just one of the tight end injuries they incurred that night.
Boy, that tight end position last week seemed like that whack-a-mole game where a tight end would pop up and they whacked him, another one come in, they whacked him.
Rock Cartwright is deep for the Raiders as David Beeler has that football set up. Well, it's great to be back here at Cowboys Stadium for the second season in this grand stadium. And David Beeler did this 29 times in the regular season last year. It's a touchback, and the Raiders will take over at their own 20-yard line. And the Miller Lite starting lineups on defense for the Cowboys. Miller Lite, triple hops brewed for that great Pilsner taste you love. Miller Lite, taste greatness. Olshansky, Hatcher, the defensive ends, Ratliff, the nose tackle. As the Cowboys starters, Ware and Spencer on the outside at linebacker, Brooking and James, the veterans, in the middle. And in the secondary, the new face this year as a starter is Alan Ball. Newman and Jenkins, the corners, and Gerald Sensabaugh, the strong safety, as Jason Campbell is the starting quarterback for the Oakland Raiders and throwing on first down. And the coverage by Terrence Newman on Darius Hayward-Bay, their first-round pick from last year. Jason Campbell acquired in the offseason from the Washington Redskins, getting the start for the Raiders. Expect the Raiders probably to go with their starters for the first quarter or so as well. Of course, this is the first preseason game of the year for Campbell and the Raiders. The Cowboys already in preseason game number 2. Campbell, a former first-round draft pick out of Auburn, 2nd and 10 at the 20. Looking to throw again, swings it out to Marcel Reese, his fullback, and quickly up is Brady James to make the stop.
Brady James makes the tackle and then gets tackled himself at the end of this one. This one isn't going far. Good job by Brady James here. And boy, the defense played really, really well last week. And there you see Terrence Newman coming in, flying in, and taking down Brady James at the end of it. Newman wants credit for a tackle.
You give him a half tackle on that?
No, you got to have a football in your hands to get the credit.
All right. All right, third down situation for the Raiders here. Dallas defense played very well against the Bengals on Sunday night, throwing for the third straight time with plenty of time and over the middle. It's complete to the 25-yard line. There's tight end Zach Miller, but Brady James active again. Keith Brooking in the middle, and the Raiders forced to punt, a 3-and-out.
And if you can keep teams in third and long situations, you do just that. The Cowboys went back. They play them at the sticks, meaning they sit there at those first down yard markers, and they come up and make the play, give you the short one, then go make the tackle.
One of the best punters in all of football for years, Texas Aggie Shane Leckler, drives it to Brian McCann, the rookie out of SMU. Took it at the 25, got it up to the 31-yard line. A return of 6 yards for McCann, trying to make this team as an undrafted free agent. The Cowboys take over on offense just a minute and a half into this one. And Tony Romo looks to continue what he did not only last season, but last week as well. The numbers last year for Romo, nearly 4,500 yards passing.
And the big number is that one on the far
Number
right of that screen.
77 has reported as eligible. Number 77.
They didn't wait long. That's Pat McQuiston, the offensive guard tackle playing tight end. But the big number again for Romo, the 9 interceptions, same as the jersey on his back.
And the give is to Marion Barber. Not much running room trying the left side. Maybe got a yard on the play. Jason Witten is starting at tight end, but so did Pat McQuiston, as the Cowboys have that shortage of tight ends. As we take a look at the Miller Lite offensive starting lineup for the Cowboys. And up front, free at left tackle, of course, Kozar, Gerard, Davis, and Colombo. And Roy Williams, Miles Austin, the wide receivers, Witten at tight end, Deion Anderson, the fullback, but it was, of course, McQuiston starting instead, and Marion Barber, the running back. Second and long for Romo, has time, fires over the middle. That's to Jason Witten, and that's a first down for the Cowboys.
Get him off the field.
You've seen enough.
Get him off the field.
Get him out. That's it. One play.
Jason Witten just runs away here. They doubled up Roy Williams on the other side of this play, and that allows Witten to come across in the area vacated by Williams. You see him kind of flash at the bottom of your screen there.
And a pickup of 18 yards for Jason Witten. 1,000-yard receiving yard year last year with 94 catches. Just 2 touchdowns for Witten, a 6-time Pro Bowler. And from midfield, Romo with time again. Now things break down, and it'll be a go as a sack and a loss of 4 for the Cowboys. That's what you call a coverage sack.
Jason Witten has to be saying to himself, too, how are all these tight ends getting hurt? I've played 7 years in the NFL. I've missed 1 game. We had 3 guys go out.
Number 77. 77 has reported as eligible. Number 77.
We're going to be hearing that a lot tonight, by the way. That's Pat McQuiston, and Cowboys have Jason Witten and a guy they picked up 2 days ago. So Pat McQuiston is your tight end.
By the name of DeLeon Farr, who you'll see later in this game. Felix Jones gets his first attempt and picked up a couple to the 48. It's going to set up a 3rd and 12 for Dallas.
DeLeon Farr, by the way, went to the same high school as, you know all this stuff, Bill. You're the high school expert. Andre Gerard.
That's right. Galena Park North Shore in the Houston area.
Matter of fact, I understand that Andre Gerard said, hey, I know there's another guy that was a good player down there. I've met him a couple of years ago, DeLeon Farr. And he said, that's me. True story.
Really?
He said, well, nice to see you again.
They produced a lot of quality athletes at Galena Park North Shore, and Andre would be the first to tell you that. Romo going deep right side, and a nice play by Miles Austin and a first down. Great adjustment by the Pro Bowl wide receiver.
Great adjustment here by Miles Austin, but also take a look at the throw from Tony Romo, because he's got safety help on that side. Romo can't really throw it all the way down the field. Keeps it away from the safety, and watch this, he throws to a spot. The corner knows he's got help behind him. Romo throws into the dead spot. It looks like he threw it behind him. I guarantee you that's exactly the spot he was aiming for.
And fellas, the protection was awfully good. Doug Free buried his guy.
And a first down at the 28. Felix Jones inside, running game going for the Cowboys now, and a pickup of 5 yards, 2nd and 5.
And Mickey, I'd like to bring you in here. You mentioned Doug Free. I guess we don't have a lot to talk about because there's not a quarterback controversy. There's not a whole lot of positions up for grab. So it appears that Doug Free is now the center of the controversy. Would you agree?
Well, no, absolutely. As a matter of fact, when we were interviewing Wade Phillips before the game, it was like, Coach, we don't have any issues. We're just talking about backups with you. That's pretty good.
It's a nice problem to have for this team. It's not a problem at all. On 2nd down, plenty of time again, and Asamoah defending and had great position on Roy Williams.
Boy, did he ever. Good play by Roy Williams there to just break up this interception.
Because it was an interception waiting to happen.
It sure was, and that's where the receiver becomes a defender, and that's all Roy did. Now, what you'd really like to see him do is beat the corner on the route, but once you don't, That's a nice job by Roy Williams there.
Yeah, I don't know how he ended up behind a guy. He's got to cut across his face, not go behind him.
Nnamdi Asomugha, three-time Pro Bowler, has only one season, though, in his 7-year career where he's had more than one interception. He had 8 picks one season. The first year he made the Pro Bowl back in 2006. Nobody throws his way. That may be why right there. Romo's going to run it. He's going to dive forward, and he needed to get to the 18-yard line. He's got a first down at the 16-yard line.
Well, what a good job by Romo here. And Jason Garrett knows, yeah, I like that. I'm calling the plays, and I can call one that doesn't look so good. But if I got a quarterback that can just take it back up the field here, watch Romo. He just digs back up into the pocket. He digs, and then says, you know what? If this is going to open, I'll take it. Real nice play. And that absolutely kills a defense, Bill. And the Raiders play so much man-to-man that their back is turned to the quarterback. In a zone, you're facing the quarterback. You come up, you make that play. Man-to-man, all their backs are turned. For Romo, they never see him come out of the pocket.
So another first down on this opening drive for the Dallas starters. Romo again with all day until that right there. Looking to Asomugha's side of the field again.
Well, that was a coverage sack, guys. They went 3 wide receivers, and nobody was open there.
When you play the Raiders, you're going to get a lot of man-to-man. You better be able to shake them. And Romo just has nobody open. Now, in a perfect world, you'd like to see him get that ball out of his hand, not take a 9-yard sack there, but obviously that didn't happen. Now it becomes tough when you got the 2nd and 19. But again, it's incumbent on the receivers. They're going to have to shake man coverage.
Hate to say it, but they moved into the red zone and then immediately got sacked.
Trying to get back in the red zone now. Dumps it off to Barber, and he can't get there. He's out of bounds, and no pickup on the play. But, Babe, it is a nice challenge in the preseason going up against a team that has man-to-man coverage, right?
And quite honestly, I think for the younger quarterbacks that we're going to see tonight, it makes the game a little bit easier. And it is a great challenge, though, in the sense that, hey, it's street ball. It's going out in the street, and you say, okay, Bill, you got Steve. Mickey, you cover Joe. The ball gets snapped, and you're with them all over the field.
I'm taking McQuiston.
3 wide.
The one I'm taking is Miles Austin here. I like him in man-to-man coverage.
Romo looking left, in trouble, loses the football, and falling on it looked like it was Kozar at the 24-yard line. And
the play was ruled as a fumble, 4th down.
A test for David Beeler coming up.
And Romo just finding nobody open. He's looking for Roy Williams on the left side here. As you can see, tries to dump down to the back. But once you're in that pocket and it's collapsing on you, better cover up that football. That's something that Romo did a great job of last year. Showed tremendous improvement there, but not a great job on that play.
Well, it's a bad thing they don't score in the red zone with a touchdown, but it's a good thing Beeler gets the attempt. What do we got, 42?
42-yard field goal attempt off the foot of David Beeler, and he splits the uprights. He is 4 for 5 in the preseason. That's his longest of the preseason so far. And the Cowboys have the early 3-0 lead. Joe DeCamillis likes this on a Thursday night. Watch the Cowboys play live here at Cowboys Stadium for only $29 with a party pass. Party passes are available now at all Ticketmaster locations and Ticketmaster.com or by calling 1-800-745-3000. David Beeler with a touchback, his first kickoff.
Yeah, and you wonder, you like to evaluate your guys, your young players on the kickoff team, but you really don't get an evaluation because Beeler knocks it through the end zone about half the time.
We'll see about this time. Rock Cartwright is deep in about the same exact spot he placed it the first time, 7 or 8 yards deep in the end zone. Raiders will start at their own 20 again.
And if you wait around long enough and you're a first-round pick, the Raiders will sign you. They've got a couple of quarterbacks that didn't start with him, Kyle Bowler and Jason Campbell. Campbell coming back out for the second series.
It's time to recognize tonight's Bank of America featured defensive player of the game. Tonight's player is Alan Ball. Get Cowboys checking only from Bank of America. Show your loyalty with the Cowboys logo on your checks and debit card. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/Cowboys. Alan Ball with 3 starts a year ago. He is the starting free safety this season for Dave Campo in that secondary. And Jason Campbell give to the left side. And not much there for Michael Bush.
You mentioned Alan Ball in those 3 starts last year, Bill. They kind of seem insignificant at the time, but what that allowed them to do was see Alan Ball under fire in game conditions to make the judgment that, yeah, they can release Ken Hamlin because we think this guy can do the job. And they got firsthand knowledge of it last year.
Had a good sample in those 3 games. And another running play this time. 3 passing plays the first possession. A 3 and out for the Raiders. On the ground twice here. Michael Bush, the starting running back. Darren McFadden not playing tonight for the Raiders. He's nicked up a little bit. The former first-round draft pick out of Arkansas. Tom Cable in his 3rd year as the head coach for Al Davis Oakland Raiders.
You think you could put him in a lineup and have anybody pick him out that he's a head coach of the Oakland Raiders? I saw him on the field. I was like, oh, geez, that's that guy. We got a little false start here by Oakland.
False start. Offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
And Jason Campbell saying, hey, I went through enough of this last year in Washington, going 4-12. Boy, the Raiders have fallen on hard times. The media guide, as you know, Bill, it lists them as the team of the decades, but it certainly wasn't the decade that just passed.
Although they did make it to a Super Bowl in 2002, and that's why they call themselves the team of the decades, because they've been to Super Bowls in 4 decades. 3rd and 9 for Campbell out of the shotgun. Throws short over the middle, and it was Orlando Scandrick, and it was Brady James once again defending on Todd Watkins.
Wow. That was a sandwich, guys, and that hurt me standing here watching it.
Yeah, that's just one where it's a tough read on the quarterback. His eyes are going right to left. That's one where his eyes need to be in the area where the player's running into, not where the receiver is coming from, and that's what got him into trouble there, Jason Campbell. Well, it didn't get Jason Campbell into trouble. I think it got Watkins into more trouble than Campbell. That's when you just say, hey, I'm sorry about that.
Reckner with a line drive, fielded by McCann, makes a nifty move and gets upfield past the 40-yard line. Brian McCann, the rookie out of SMU. Cowboys last week lost Titus Ryan. They had to waive him injured after he was injured last week with a broken thumb. And Cowboys back on offense with the first teamer. Cowboys lead the Raiders 3-0. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Let's make another Steiner Sports call to the sidelines. Mickey Spagnola.
Well, John Phillips tore his ACL last Sunday against the Cincinnati Bengals, and it looks like he did it early than when he went down. The play before, he was blocking, and you can see that he kind of caved in his knee. He stayed in the game, tried to run a pass route, got locked up, and that's when he went down. And John Phillips going to have surgery, reconstructive surgery to fix the tear. He's out for the season.
And that is really a shame, Bill.
Number 77 has reported eligible. Number 77.
And that's why number 77 is reporting eligible so much.
We're going to have to ask Tony Correnti to not announce that anymore, because he did do it about 45 times tonight.
He's just doing his job, but he is going to be doing it a lot tonight. Marion Barber, a little stutter step, gets outside to the 45. Couple of Barber runs, nets 4 yards, and it's going to be 3rd and 6 for the Cowboys. But not only are the Cowboys missing John Phillips, now out for the year, and he was playing so well, but Martellus Bennett still hobbled by that ankle injury, and the Cowboys training staff basically just decided this week he could use a week off his feet, and so we'll see when the Cowboys report to Oxnard, California for the next portion of training camp tomorrow, how much Bennett will be able to do out there. 3 wide receiver set this time for Romo. Tries to convert on 3rd down. Does so to Austin. That's a first down.
Nice blitz read by both Tony Romo and Miles Austin. We'll pause it right here at the top of this. They bring the safety off the slot. If we see that one again.
Let them know it's on.
Gonna pick up to the 46-yard line, first down. Third down conversion for Romo and the Dallas offense. They were true to their word. The first teamers getting more work this week than on Sunday. Intended for Roy Williams on the far sideline. Chris Johnson defending for Oakland.
Well, and Roy Williams is asking for a flag, and I think he deserved one there. He just gets tugged at the end of this route. Again, they're just playing man-to-man. Williams has to drive him up and then get back to the ball. Watch at the end of this route right there. That should be a flag.
Well, there was a lot of grabbing going on.
Yeah.
Standing right here, I can tell you that.
Mickey with the perfect position down on the sideline. A little end-around action from Austin this time. Becomes sort of a bread and butter play for the Cowboys, and getting another opportunity for an explosive wide receiver to touch the football.
And I like seeing Austin on the reverse. They've run it with Patrick Creighton, but really the reverse is a speed play. It's all predicated on a guy getting out and outrunning the defense once they realize that the reverse is coming. Patrick Creighton isn't kind of that guy. The great reverse runners, and I remember James Lofton, I believe it was on a Monday night football game, breaking 2 reverses for touchdowns. He had some speed, as I recall.
Yes, he did.
Still does, as a matter of fact.
Now, Patrick Creighton will tell you he's improved his speed, though.
Well, that's good.
Patrick Creighton, the intended target that time.
Romo looked like he got in a hurry there. He didn't give Patrick Creighton a chance to get outside. He was
show his speed.
slot.
Yeah. So, they did get a first down, but
Yeah, Creighton comes in, starts in on the slant, and then he's going to push back out. But as Mickey says, I think Romo may have rushed it just a little bit, never let him get out of that break there.
so Matt McBriar, the lone punter on the roster, got a lot of work on Sunday night against the Bengals. Johnny Lee Higgins, the return man, calls for the fair catch, takes it in around the 10-yard line, and once again the Raiders will not have good field position.
Boy, McBriar is so good at that.
38 times last year inside the 20, does it again here. But inside, the Cowboys looking good. They have a 3-0 lead. And Jason Campbell, his third possession, going deep, airing it out. And Brian McCann with the defense playing cornerback as the second unit is in on defense for the Cowboys. But, Babe, let's go back to that 3rd and 6 completion to Miles Austin on the Cowboys' last possession.
Yeah, and it's where the quarterback and receiver are in tune. They run a slot blitz right here, so we've got man-to-man coverage here. They know they can't block him because there's 2 blockers for 2 defensive men there. We start it up. Here comes the blitzer off the slot. They read it, clear out the area. Tony Romo sees it. Miles Austin breaks in, and it's like clockwork.
And it's a first down. Cowboys lone first down of that possession. That will probably do it for the first team offense. I assure you it will do it for them. The second team defense is now in the game.
Well, Miles Austin, what a year he had last year in 12 games. If you extrapolated that over a 16-game start, obviously he didn't play until the Kansas City game, the 5th game of the year, didn't start. He ended up with 100 catches, about 1,600 yards, 14 touchdowns. And this is going to sound crazy, Bill. I really believe he is just scratching the surface in terms of being a complete receiver. And it sounds crazy with the year he had, but I believe that.
As it was, he had 81 catches last year. The completion to Zach Miller. And that is a first down for the Raiders.
And in fact, had 145 of those yards and a touchdown last year against these Raiders on Thanksgiving Day.
Fellas, here's a way to get your first team defense a few more snaps. When they went to the nickel there, they brought their first team defense back in, so they don't have to play all the downs. It looks like they're going to come in on nickel. And one of the guys that was on the nickel, Jason Williams, missed most of the year last year. He's trying to win that job that Bobby Carpenter had as a nickel linebacker.
First down from the 24 for Campbell. He'll go deep right side with a step on Scandrick is Watkins, but out of bounds.
Boy, you see it so many times, don't you? The ball gets thrown. It's a deep ball. You want to get this ball up the field. It doesn't do any good to complete balls out of bounds. And he's got Scandrick beat. Campbell just is too fine with the throw, trying to get over the shoulder. Again, he's running by Skandrick. That's the idea of the play. Get it up the field, let him make a play on the football, but Orlando Skandrick is glad that he didn't.
18 instead of 19. That was Lewis Murphy, second-year man out of Florida. He's got really good speed. Skandrick had makeup speed that time. Campbell under pressure. Cowboys did this 4 times in Canton on Sunday, and they get to Campbell this time.
Junior Seavey just collapsed the pocket up the middle. A little help, I believe, from Jason Hatcher, and Campbell ended up closer to me in the end zone than he did to the line of scrimmage.
Well, we did see that a bunch last week in Cincinnati, Bill. Seavey right on the nose there, comes crashing in. If he didn't get him, there are 2 other Cowboys ready to do the job, though.
Under
that's just
quite a bit of duress.
Whoa,
right there.
That's a collapsing pocket.
So now 3rd and long for Jason Campbell. Cowboys may have just had 10 men on the field that time. Doesn't matter because the collar tackle by Anthony Spencer right there.
Yeah, the Cowboys had a little confusion here, which sometimes can happen in preseason. You see Wade Phillips says, I don't care whether it's preseason or regular season.
Of the first quarter.
Cowboys had 10 on the field. Marcus Dixon ran off the bench at the last minute and ended up, Bill, playing like a safety because he couldn't get to his pass rush spot.
Anthony Spencer played like a Pro Bowler there with the tackle. We're through 1 quarter, and the Cowboys lead it 3-0. Watch the Dallas Cowboys play live at Cowboys Stadium for only $29 with a party pass. Party passes are available now at all Ticketmaster locations and Ticketmaster.com, or you can call 1-800-745-3000. Shane Lechner with the punt that drives Brian McCann back, trying the right side and doesn't go far. And there is a late marker thrown.
Boy, what a monster punt there. As you might expect, as you mentioned, Bill, Shane Lechner, the NFL record holder for career punting average. And you know who he beat? You know who held that record for about 50 years?
Was it an Oakland Raider?
No, it was a Washington Redskin. But it was also a native Texan.
Okay.
Sammy Baugh.
Sammy Baugh.
Can you imagine holding that record for that long with all the improvements in nutrition and conditioning and all that? Slinging Sammy Baugh had averaged 45 yards a punt throughout his career.
A personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Receiving team number 57 with an illegal blindside block, helmet to helmet. His penalty to be assessed, half a distance to the goal, first down.
And that's something that they are looking to crack down on this year.
That might be 3 penalties, right? Illegal, helmet to helmet, and crackback.
Victor Butler, the culprit on each of them.
I mean, I really think that, you know, we've got a gem there, and that I think he could start for a lot of teams.
He has started for some teams earlier in his career, just not recently.
You know what I'd do if I was John Kitna? I'd say, well, then release me and let me go start for one of them. I'm tired of sitting on the bench here.
And the Cowboys don't want him starting for this team.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that funny?
Well, Babe, I think they listened to you about John Kitna. He's in there now, and they left the first team offensive line in there with him for a change.
I think John Kitna told him, stay in there, guys.
And in trouble at the 1-yard line, right at the goal line.
Right at the goal line is right.
Matt Shaughnessy got around Doug Free, and I think Kitna was in the pocket maybe a little too long.
Yeah, and you don't want to go out the back end of it. Your protection is up the front. We saw Romo earlier, Bill, on the 3rd and 6 step up into the pocket. Now, I
Number
understand
77 has reported as eligible. Number 77.
Okay, Tony, I told you, no more. No more. But if Kitna steps up, Doug Free has his man there. But as Kitna goes out the back of the pocket, all of a sudden you lose him. Not Doug Free's fault. But
3rd and very long. Tashard just trying to get out of the end zone. Muscled his way up to about the 2-yard line, and it's going to be punt time for the Cowboys.
Well, Matt McBriar's going to be right on the end line when he hits this punt. He's going to be standing about 5 yards from me. Kitna just missed getting sacked for a safety there.
So Mickey is just beyond the end line, right under the goalpost, are you?
If Matt McBriar doesn't catch the snap, I got it.
Mickey's in trouble.
get your hands ready, Mick.
Mickey praying for a decent snap from LP Ladisor.
Well, look at the heels. I mean, this is where you cannot back up. You cannot back up if you're Matt McBride. Nice job.
High, long kick drives him back. Johnny Lee Higgins all the way back to his own 30-yard line. A 69-yard punt, and it was a 10-yard return, but there is a penalty flag down.
Wow. That's just a one-stepper, too. All McBride is doing there is trying to get the punt off without getting blocked. And what do? Joe DiCamillo says, we're going to do that more often here. You know, it's interesting, too. They actually shortened McBriar's steps last year. Not his steps, but he gets closer to the center.
During the return of the kick, illegal block in the back. Receiving team number 37. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's Chris Johnson on Danny McCray.
Boy, now that's the Raiders for you, huh? You punt the ball from your own 2-yard line, and the Raiders are going to take it over at their own 22. 3-0 Cowboys.
The Gaylord Texan Resort is proud to be the official hotel of the Dallas Cowboys. Text Gaylord to 64718 to win a free weekend at the Gaylord Texan. Some of our fine crew is staying at the Gaylord Texan tonight. Babe Laufenberg from the 22-yard line. Jason Campbell still in at quarterback and right up the gut.
No, Babe won't be there, but if they're buying cocktails at the end of the evening, I'll come say hello.
You'd be glad to head on over there. Michael Bush with the big carry on first down.
And I know my way around that place, too.
Spent some time there, have you?
Yeah, just straight up the gut there for the Raiders. Boy, a big part of Bill, well, there's a lot of reasons they're heavily penalized, but they have not been able to throw the ball over the last 4 years.
Jamarcus Russell most recently the starting quarterback, and there's a fine defensive play. Jason Hatcher getting an opportunity here in the preseason, especially with Marcus Spears out 4 to 6 weeks.
And Bill, that's something Cowboys want to see out of Jason Hatcher. He's been a nice pass rusher, come in as a backup to Marcus Spears, but the question was how well could he play the run? Well, he played it awfully well right there.
No gain for Michael Bush. Now the Raiders with the I formation behind Jason Campbell, and he's going to throw it. He works the left side and has his man. And that would be Lewis Murphy. Defending is Brian McCann. And that's another first down.
Pretty good job by McCann here. He'll be at the bottom right of your screen. Just a little play action comeback. Campbell gets it out on time. If you throw the ball in that spot, going to be pretty hard to defend on a regular basis.
McCann getting an opportunity with the second unit. Orlando Scandrick, the left cornerback. McCann, the right cornerback tonight. And right up the middle again, pushing forward to midfield or so. Michael Bush.
I want to get back to Bill to that punt by McBriar. It ends up with the penalty being a 76-yard net punt. And you talk about field position and points allowed on defense. That's a huge part of it. 1 minute you're punting from your own 2. Good chance the other team's going to have the ball at your 40. At worst in your side of the field, and you end up they take the ball over to their own 22.
Starting 78 yards away. Mike Jenkins back in the game with the nickel defense there, and that is Todd Watkins, and that's another first down. That's 3 in a row for the Raiders on this possession,
which equals the total that Cincinnati had in the entire first half last week.
Well, Jason Campbell looking for a real opportunity here with the Raiders, and he has an opportunity here. Of course, it was after Donovan McNabb was acquired by the Redskins that the Redskins decided to trade Campbell to the Raiders, who were in desperate need of a quarterback.
And I think it was the reverse. They knew they didn't want Jason Campbell, so they got Donovan McNabb. How about this, Bill? Campbell, a first-round draft pick of the Redskins, and I think a decent quarterback, I really do. A lot of problems up there in Washington during his tenure.
And how many offensive coordinators did he have?
A ton, and obviously he's learning a new offense now, but you get a 4th-round draft pick for him in 2012.
4th rounder in 2012.
For a guy that was a 1st-round pick and a guy expected to be your franchise quarterback. We've seen that in Washington. Junior C of E says, I got to go get my helmet. Fortunately, you can still make the tackle, as he did on that play. He goes over helmetless. Now, of course, new rule this year, if you're carrying the ball, when the helmet comes off, the ball is dead immediately.
Keep in mind the Cowboys spent a couple of late-round draft picks on defensive linemen, including Josh Brent in the supplemental draft last month. So Junior Ciavi is a guy playing for his job. This is a very important preseason for him. And trying to get to the stakes is Zach Miller, the leading receiver for the Raiders last year, their big tight end.
Well, the receiver position was supposed to be ably manned when they took Darius Hayward-Bay with the 7th pick in the draft last year. He caught 9 balls. 1 touchdown. That touchdown came against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day.
And left a lot of people scratching their heads on draft
Timeout. Oakland. This is their first.
Darius Hayward-Bay may have gone a full round ahead of where people expected him to go in that draft. 4th and 1 facing Jason Campbell and the Raiders when we come back. Check out DallasCowboys.com for the latest news, including live daily Cowboys talk shows, the new True Blue fan club, complete with forums, blogs, worldwide fan registry. DallasCowboys.com, powered by Neospire, managed hosting, all Cowboys, all day, every day. And working out of the shotgun on 4th and a long one is Jason Campbell.
Watch the quarterback draw here, huh?
They're spreading it out for Jason Campbell, maybe. He's going to throw it, and it's tipped, and it goes incomplete. And the Cowboys will take over on offense, and Wade Phillips is fired up on that Cowboys sideline.
Wow, 4th and 1. You're throwing the ball, but that's the NFL today.
So Kitna and the Cowboys will take over on offense as the defense comes through for Wade. This quarter brought to you by the University of Phoenix.
Bill, I want to go back to the play Junior Ciavi made with his helmet off. It was off because Robert Gallery, the left guard, look at the left side of your screen. Gallery rips the helmet off. Ciavi comes in and puts his, I would say his helmet, but his head on Rock Cartwright there, and he had to go off the field and get a little treatment from the trainers, as you might suspect.
Nice play by Ciavi. And this one's out to Dion Anderson in the open field. Dion Anderson has a pickup of 17 yards and a first down.
Well, you don't throw to the fullback a whole lot in this offense, but just a little play action. Kitna just does get this ball off. Mild little block there on the outside.
Number 77 has reported eligible. 77.
Pat McQuiston at tight end on the left side here. Dion Anderson had 1 catch for 5 yards in the regular season last year. Tashard gets outside. There's a flag down. There's another flag. There's another flag and another flag. There are 4 flags down.
I think 2 of them have to be separate infractions because one is thrown out basically in front of the Raiders bench, and then the other's in the middle of the field.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both against the Cowboys. Holding, offense number 17. This penalty is declined. Holding, number 34, offense. 10-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
What I always love about that, Bill, if you're 34, if you're Dion Andrews, say, hey, why didn't they decline the one on me? Why didn't they just take the one on Sam Hurd?
Because it was a 10-yard penalty either way.
Yeah, that's the same penalty. We'll take it on, let's see, who don't we like? They'll call it on 34.
Getting in trouble again, and he goes down, and it's Shaughnessy. And this offense going backwards all of a sudden.
Yeah. Kitna's been under a little bit of pressure here.
Robert Brewster, the left tackle now for the Cowboys.
And Kitna's got to help him out just a little bit there by stepping back up into the pocket. You know, we saw it with Doug Free down on the goal line. Now Brewster's beat, but again, it's kind of half and half. Get up into that pocket. Give your left tackle a little bit of help there.
And the man that the Cowboys acquired for Bobby Carpenter, Alex Barron, not playing tonight. He's one of the walking wounded. Brewster getting an opportunity at left tackle, which he rarely played in college at Ball State. Sam Hurd Gets out to the 37-yard line, and he has to get all the way to the Oakland 43-yard line for a first down. Miles to go.
Nice job on the pitch and catch here. Top of your screen, Sam Hurd, just a little comeback route. Does a nice job driving off the football, getting on time with the ball. Sam Hurd is just a good guy to have on your team, Bill Jones. Special teamer, can play anything, any receiver position on offense, great attitude. To me, he's a hard guy to say, hey, I don't want him on my football team.
Boy, what a hard worker. You can really see it in training camp.
From day one, too.
That's right.
His rookie year.
Still like that in his 5th year in the league now. Kitna has time this time, throws over the middle for Ogletree, but it's knocked away. Chris Johnson defending.
Mickey, you give it an O. What do you see?
Well, I thought Ogletree should have. I know the guy looked like he got his hand in there, but I was thinking he should have caught that. I want to see the replay here.
Okay, Babe's going to defend Ogletree, right?
No, I got to see it again, too.
He's your guy.
He is my guy.
Yeah.
But I got to see if a hand got poked in there. We're going to get a look at it right here.
He might have got interfered with after looking at it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell at the end of that play if Chris Johnson got a hand in on it, but that's where you want to be strong on the football with those hands as a receiver.
McBriar's punt to the 12-yard line, and great coverage for the Cowboys. Jesse Hawley down there. Leon Williams is down there. Figures the return man for the Raiders, and he went backwards. Long way away from the end zone. The Raiders take over.
If the offense is good.
A limited amount of season ticket inventory remains for the 2010 season at Cowboys Stadium. Sales reps are standing by, so call 817-892-4400 to learn more about season tickets. Tough schedule for the Cowboys in 2010. The backups in on offense now for Oakland. Kyle Bowler is the new quarterback. Rock Cartwright is the running back, and he is able to get forward to the 15-yard line. A flag is down on the play.
Looks like we're going to get a hold.
Holding, offense, number 69. This penalty be assessed half the distance to the goal. Repeat, first down.
All right, we may or may not know if Ogletree got that ball poked out on the in route on the third down play, but we do know this. He can tackle a little. Now, he's not the most physical guy in the world, but does a real nice job here fighting through the block and then getting the punt returner to the ground.
There's your guy right there, Kevin Ogletree.
But you can't waste him on punt team. You know, he might get hurt.
Kind of like, though, with Sam Hurd and how valuable he is on special teams. If Ogletree's going to be active on game day, he's going to have to be able to do something on special teams.
Well, here come the Raiders.
False start, offense, number 83. This penalty be assessed half the distance to the goal. First down.
Kyle Bowler, former first-round draft pick in 2003 of the Baltimore Ravens, and almost immediately became the starting quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens in 2003. Now he's an Oakland Raider. And going backwards is this Oakland offense. And how about the play made there? Is it Jason Williams?
Well, they've gone back
right there.
Excuse me, Bill. They've gone back on the hold, back on the false start, back on the run. The only thing left now is a safety. They've run out of room.
And they were about 1 foot away from that safety, you guys.
Yeah, they've run out of room.
Jason Williams, third-round pick last year. And he showed up last week against the Bengals, and he's showing up again here. Cartwright trying to get outside. Leon Williams, Orlando Scandrick, Cowboy defense coming through again.
Nice play by Leon Williams, a guy that's trying to make this team as an inside linebacker, and he didn't let the guy get outside just the way he's supposed to contain on that play.
Well, how about the Cowboy linebackers?
Williams, and Williams. It's like a law firm. You've got Leon, you've got Jason, you've got Brandon.
And we haven't even seen Sean Lee play yet, the second-round draft pick out of Penn State, one of those inside linebackers.
How'd you like to be in the film room with all the Williams?
It's great if you did well.
Yeah.
There's another flag. That's Cartwright trying to get some room for his punter.
Holding, offense, number 51. This penalty is declined. Result of the play, fourth down.
So that was 3 penalties for the Raiders on that possession.
Not real good. Always one of the most heavily penalized teams in the league. Always. Doesn't matter the coach. It doesn't matter the players. You put on the silver and the black and you say, hey, let's go do some dumb stuff out here.
Sort of looks like the Raiders are playing their first preseason game, doesn't it?
There you go.
Swayze Waters is now punting. Leckler's night is done. And from the 40-yard line, Brian McCann gets to the outside. McCann, who did not have a lot of punt returns, a lot of opportunities in college at SMU, but he's trying to make the most of his opportunity here. Check out number 37 here. And Joe DeCamillis has to be pleased with that.
Yeah,
not only McCann,
nice
but what the rest of the guys did on this return.
Well, McCann's getting an opportunity because of a bunch of injuries. You know, Titus Ryden was taking care of that position last week, but he suffered this spiral fracture of his thumb. They released him. And then Cletus Gordon was the other guy, and he's out. So McCann taking advantage.
Tashard Choice for a couple. Once the regular season gets here, Des Bryant is anticipated, once he's healthy, to be a contributor not only on kickoff returns but punt returns. Right, Mickey?
Well, yeah, that's the thinking right now, and it kind of depends on then how he progresses as a wide receiver, how many snaps you want to give him as a returner. But right now, they thought, boy, this guy can do both of those and then come in as a nickel receiver for starters and then see where it progresses.
He did return kicks and punts at Oklahoma State as well. 2nd and 8 for Kitna on the draw play. Choice with running room. It's near the first down stakes at the 22-yard line.
All right, I'll let you sing the praises of Tashard Choice. But again, last week against Cincinnati, just goes out, averages 6 yards a carry.
Which he's done throughout his career. In fact, if you look at the running backs on this team, Babe Laufenberg, last year,
I'm going to assume you have.
Marion Barber and Felix Jones and Tashard Choice, all their touches last year. Which running back averaged the most yards per touch, rushing and receiving?
I'm going to say, since you love the guy, Tashard Choice.
That would be Tashard Choice. That's right. He needs more touches, though.
He's a dependable guy, that's for sure.
This is the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning, and that means this year the umpire returns to the spot we're accustomed. The umpire being, we'll tell you about it when we come back. It's the Cowboys and the Oakland Raiders, and Dallas leads this one 3-0 with 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Cowboys driving down the field with the second unit on offense. Bill Jones, along with Babe Laufenberg. We're happy you could join us here, and isn't it great to be back at Cowboys Stadium, Babe?
Yeah, but Cowboys and their fans are still looking for their first offensive touchdown of the preseason, Bill. We've almost played a game and a half here, and they have yet to see one.
That's right. There was a touchdown last week, but it was a defensive touchdown by Brandon Sharp.
It was a good week for the Brandons last week, Bill.
Yes, it was. The
Brandon
Texas
Sharp,
Tech
yeah.
Brandons. Brandon Williams had an interception. Brandon Sharp with an interception.
And Brandon Laufenberg had a good game in the booth,
Yeah,
I
that
thought.
would be Brandon Babe Laufenberg.
I gave myself
In fact,
game ball.
I listened to Babe the entire game last Sunday night on the Cowboys Radio Network. And John Kitna going to the end zone, but Patrick Creighton didn't know he was going his direction. It didn't look like. Kitna's frustrated.
Oh, no, they weren't on the same page.
Yeah. Creighton ran to the post and was never expecting the football. I don't know who was at fault there, quite honestly. Kitna throws it out to the left. Creighton goes to the post. I always look to see, when we're in the Cowboys radio booth, we're many times next to the coaching staff, and I will turn and they will scream, and usually an expletive is in there somewhere. And then I say, well, Brad, I think that was so-and-so, you know.
So that's how you get that inside
information.
On the draw play, Choice nowhere to run. It's going to hurt that yards per touch average.
Yeah, it never fails. What the heck is fill in the blank thinking?
And then you tell Babe that.
Brad, I think.
You tell Brad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, here comes a interesting third down now. This Cowboys second team line did not do a great job in pass protection last week. It was out of a little bit of an issue here tonight. So let's see how they hold up in an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 11.
3 receivers, 2 to the left side for Kitna. Choice the lone setback. Kitna rolling right, throwing to Creighton, and Creighton trying to get to that first down marker. Looks like he may be there at the 12-yard line. That's where he needed to get.
Yeah, looks like he's going to be about a yard short, guys, where they're marking it.
Now what do you want to do? Do you want to see David Beeler come out and kick about a 32-yard field goal or somewhere in that vicinity? Or
no,
you want to see if your offensive lineman can dig some people out here and get you a first down on 4th down?
I want to see these young offensive linemen.
Well, apparently so does Wade Phillips, because the offense is staying on the field. It's a dilemma, though, because you want to get Beeler every kick you can. By the same token, it's a great test.
But that's just a 31-yard.
And you see Joe DeCamillis there wanting to get a timeout possibly. He's now, Joe DeCamillis, the special teams coach, is going to get a timeout. I don't know if they want to talk this over, Bill.
Timeout.
And just say, hey, do we want to kick this one?
I think they the 25-second the play clock was running down, guys.
Or was Joe DeCamillis trying to convince Wade Phillips, give Beeler a shot
I think
from
that's
31?
a part of it.
Beeler wants a shot from 31 yards away.
Well, the interesting thing is, it's 4th and 1. That's Jason Garrett's play call, and the only one having the discussion was the head coach and the special teams coach. So clearly they were just deciding, hey, what do we want to do here?
Now Jason Garrett and Wade Phillips converse with Joe DeCamillis right behind him. By the way, the new tight end, DeLeon Farr, number 87, is in the game for the Cowboys.
Oh, they're going real heavy now. Tepper's in the game.
Mike Tepper, the undrafted free agent rookie out of Cal.
Number 77
yes.
has reported eligible. Number 77.
So they went from 3 wide receivers to looks like a fullback and 2 tight ends.
That is what it looks like. Sam Hurd, the lone wideout, goes left. They got the heft to the right side. And a little bootleg. Deion Anderson, one-handed grab. What kind of spot is he going to get?
It's going to be a half a yard short.
Second catch of the night for the Cowboys fullback.
The play ended up short of the line to gain. It will turn over to Oakland. First down.
Well, you have 4th and 1. You complete the pass, and you don't get the first down.
I was just hoping that McQuiston had released and was somewhere downfield. I wanted to see McQuiston running around.
I would hope that they have a play in for McQuiston. It's a preseason.
Yeah, we're
just get him the ball. I'm not saying have him run a seam route down the middle of the field. I'm just saying have something. Give him that Mike Vrabel type 4th and 1 play action.
Well, just 15 seconds left here in the first half for Kyle Bowler and the Raiders from the 13-yard line. They're going to run it. And that's Cartwright has first down yardage. Got past Curtis Johnson on the near side. And
Great, you can go in.
Sizable pickup, but it's down to 9 seconds left.
Not sure why you kind of run the football there, to be quite honest.
Hey, guys, I've got Jason Witten here with me.
Well, let's talk to him.
And this is where Jason Witten should have been the whole game with me, with all the injuries they had at tight end.
No, that's never a good idea. You know, you got to love coming out here and playing and get some work in. You know, I wish we could have scored there, but it was good work there in the first half and just continue to build our team.
Kind of strange to have so many injuries at one position, isn't it?
It really is. You know, as long as I've played, I've never really been a part of anything like that, but it's just part of it. You know, the new guys came in, he's played well, he's picked up the offense pretty quick, and we'll get through it. So hopefully these guys can get healthy, and obviously it's going to be tough to replace John, you know, going out for the year like that because he played so well in camp.
Now, one of the guys that was helping supplement the tight end position was Pat McQuiston. Have you given him some tips on in case they call his number to catch a ball?
Absolutely. You know, they told him early on that he wouldn't be going out for a pass, but he wanted to be just for certain on what he had to do. But Pat's a good player, and it was good for him to come in and step in and
that is the end.
Get some reps early on.
Of the first
Okay,
half.
Jason, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mick.
All right, guys, Jason Witten.
And somehow I don't think we need to inform Jason Witten of the Wally Pipp story. Do you? With McQuiston playing there?
I don't. In the second of 5 preseason games, Bill Jones, Babe Loffenberg, Mickey Spagnola bringing you the action tonight. And you look at those halftime stats presented by Miller Lite.
Nothing to write home about. Neither team cracking the century mark in total yards. Cowboys just 6 first downs. The Raiders with just 5.
Both teams in preseason form tonight. Hey, there's Sebastian Janikowski making an appearance for the Oakland Raiders. Guy who kicked a 61-yard field goal last December. Kevin Ogletree deep for Dallas. Takes it out of his own end zone and works his way past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now that's where Ogletree can contribute on special teams.
Yeah, and you talked about Des Bryant earlier. I think they were envisioning him to help out in the kick return game.
How much do you want Des Bryant to contribute in special teams?
Well,
if he is what he looked like he is.
The problem is, you know, he missed so much of camp now. Basically had a week. And depending on when he gets back, if he comes back the first week of the season, you know, I think he's going to be very limited on offense for quite a long time. So the one way to put the ball in his hands is to put him back there on kickoff returns and even punt returns.
But you're always fearful of that injury factor. John Kitna still in there to start the second half. And coming away with that football is Sam Hurd, a pickup of 8 yards to the 30.
That's the way you catch a ball in a crowd.
Some strong hands from Sam Hurd.
Well, he works that jugs machine to death down in San Antonio, and then I guess beginning tomorrow out in Oxnard, he'll be after practice just catching, shooting it out of that machine.
Tashard Choice done for the night. Herb Donaldson is the eye back here and gets the handoff, tries to make a move, and looks like he has that first down. I'm going to give him the first down. It's close, though.
If the professor says it's good, it's good. I'm not going to argue with you.
Fellas, I got a feeling we're going to see what kind of shape De Leon Farr is. He was in the game there, where he's going to get a lot of plays this second half.
De Leon Farr.
Wednesday?
He is on Tuesday.
Was he here Tuesday?
He was signed on Tuesday, got to the glorified walkthrough workout that lasted 2.5 hours here at Cowboys Stadium on Tuesday evening. And now he's playing in a game for the Cowboys. Number 87. Not much there for Donaldson that time. Gets to the 33, be second and long for Kitna and the Cowboys. Now, Wade Phillips said before the game he'd like to see John Kitna get a little more action, and that he is here getting some activity into the second half.
I always like it, though, when a coach says, you know, the head coach says, you know, I'd like to see so-and-so get a little time. Well, wait, put him in. You know, you're the boss. You want to see him
have
get
that
time.
power, don't you?
You want to see him get some time. You tell Jason Garrett, you give him some time.
We'll see a lot of Stephen McGee here in the second half. 2nd and 9 with time. And there's your man, De Leon Farr has a completion. The reception by Farr. Here's a guy who had 24 catches throughout a college career that started at the University of Miami and finished at Memphis.
Real nice job of pass protection there, and then a good toss by John Kitna here. Watch him arc it just underneath the underneath man and puts enough zip on it to keep it away from the safety. Real nice pass by John Kitna.
Maybe he's a pass-catching tight end.
Hey, they're all pass-catching tight ends. I think even McQuiston is saying, look, I'm a pass-catching tight end.
In the Raiders into the field at the 49. Kitna going up top again. Has Sam Hurd behind the defender. And the Cowboys are down in the red zone.
Well, they failed to cover De Leon Farr down the middle of the field here at tight end. I guess they figure he just got here. Kitna, a pretty good throw there. He leads him down the field. Now watch De Leon Farr at the left side of your screen here. He's coming down to the middle of the field, and nobody takes him.
But Hurd got behind Jeremy Ware, and it's a pickup of 32 yards down to the 17-yard line. 3rd catch of the night for the man from San Antonio Breckenridge High School. Now Herb Donaldson inside the 15.
I may jinx this here, but are we going to see our first Cowboys offensive touchdown of the season?
I feel it, guys.
I'm debating
Feel the
in my own
touchdown.
mind. Mickey says yes.
The jury is still out. Jason Garrett, call a good play here, for goodness sake.
I think Jason Garrett called that play with confidence. I think something might be up his sleeve here.
I think it's going to be a pass play because he took so long to call. He kept talking in there. Run plays are simple. 80 toss.
It is a pass play, and it's Manny Johnson, the man from Gilmer, Texas, with the reception. The Oklahoma Sooner.
Interestingly enough, as a quarterback, you do have to sometimes be mindful of the fact that you come in and trips right 80 toss, boom. You come out that quickly out of the huddle, it gives it away. So sometimes if you have something like that, a run play, a simple play, you keep your team in the huddle just a second or two to make it appear like you just called stem to trip right, scat right, fake motion, 525 F post swat on two. Takes a little longer to get out, doesn't it?
You have a great memory. You remember that from your playing days. 3rd and 2. And trying to hold on his over 3, but he can't.
All right, now that one he does have to catch.
Got hit from behind, but yeah, he's got to hang on to that, right?
Ball hit him right between the 8 and the 5. Good throw. You take another look at it here. Yep.
Right there.
Yep. They don't let you catch it twice. Better catch it the first time.
Jeremy Ware will get credit for the pass breakup there. He got his hand in there, but that should have been a catch. And now David Beeler, 1 for 1 tonight, 4 for 5 on the preseason. This is a 27-yarder for Beeler. And it is true. And the Cowboys can't find the end zone on offense once again. But David Beeler is 5 for 6 on the preseason. Wade Phillips not that pleased with the way the offense performed there in the red zone. David Beeler and the Cowboys lead the Raiders 6-0, 69 yards in 9 plays. The John Kitna-led Ford scoring drive. Ford and the Texas Ford dealers proud to be the official vehicles of your Dallas Cowboys. Beeler with a couple of touchbacks in the first half. Figures is deep for Oakland here. This time he sends it to the left side, and it will go in and out of the end zone for the 3rd touchback of the night for David Beeler. You gotta like that.
Well, Wade Phillips said he thought his kickoffs were better, and there's Joe DeCamillis, the special teams coach in the blue shirt, saying, hey, thumbs up, nice job. And already Beeler led the NFL last year in touchbacks with 29. 3 of them tonight.
Raiders will start 80 yards away against Wade Phillips' backups on defense. Cowboys lead the Raiders 6-0 with just over 10 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Beautiful Cowboys Stadium here in Arlington. Bill Jones, Babe Laufenberg, and Mickey Spagnola bringing you the action. Game 2 of a 5-game preseason schedule for Dallas this year. Kyle Bowler still in there at quarterback for Oakland. First possession of the second half for the Raiders. They give up the middle to Rock Cartwright. Not much there.
You guys were talking about David Beeler's kickoffs, and one of the things that they wanted him to work on was be able to directionally kick those each way, and he's done a better job of doing that so far.
You know what I do if I'm David Beeler, Mick? I say, the direction I kick it is out of the back
like
of the end
just
zone.
kick it to me back by the goalpost, right?
It was Michael Bennett on that carry, and that is an incompletion on the near sideline to Figures from Kyle Bowler. In the radio booth throughout the regular season, of course, it's Brad Sham and Babe Laufenberg. Tonight, Brad is joined by the Moose. Daryl Johnston is in the booth.
Joining us on the Cowboys television network. That Daryl's in black t-shirt, shorts, very spiffy black and yellow sneakers. Hope Babe's comfortable in his coat and tie. 9:38 left in the 3rd. 3rd down and 7. Back goes Bowler. His arm was hit by Victor Butler. Rushing on the play. The pass falls.
Forward pass. Quarterback's arm is hit
to start the 3rd quarter, just as they were to start the 1st quarter.
They've got a lot of options on the outside with speed coming around the edge to get pressure on the quarterback. Obviously, Anthony Spencer and DeMarcus Ware in that first group unit, but it's good to see the young guys, being able to get around. And you pointed out it is kind of trickling down. It's getting to that second team, and that's when you've got something special when everybody's competing and working against each other to get better within that group.
A new punter, Swayze Waters. I love the name. Swayze Waters will kick this one away to McCann. This one's end over end, and McCann runs up under it, fields it on a hop at the 30, and breaks a couple of tackles and gets up near the 38-yard line. A 41-yard kick. Not many style points for Swayze Waters, but he does have that good name.
Good stuff, huh?
Whoa, that's the last wing.
Yeah. Did you want it?
If you insist.
And that was good stuff. Babe, are you comfortable in coat and tie?
Yeah, well, I hope Daryl Johnston has an ice pack at home because it gets very heavy carrying Brad Champ through a broadcast.
New quarterback in for the Cowboys now in a 6-0 game with 9:22 to play in the third quarter. Stephen McGee is in there. And Herb Donaldson with nowhere to run, and there come a couple of flags from the backfield.
Never good. The reason why those 2 flags come from the backfield, you couldn't do that in the past, but again, they've moved the umpire back with the referee now.
Holding, offense number 79, 10-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
So Tony Corrente, the referee, has some company back in the offensive backfield now. Fred Bryant, tonight's umpire, threw a flag, as did Corrente that time. McGee a week ago, 116 yards passing, 12 out of 22.
Yeah, and you hate coming in if you're Kitna, and the first thing you do is face a 1st and 20. We'll take a look now, too. Again, that umpire used to be in there with the linebackers, but they felt it was just too dangerous. So the referee in the white hat is always going to be to the side of the quarterback's throwing arm. This is the umpire. And again, he used to be right there. Changed it up for safety reasons.
He does move back to his original position in the final 2 minutes of each half. And there's a dropped ball. Donaldson, the running back, coming out of the backfield.
Funny, for a good athlete, which McGee is, that's a time where he kind of ends up getting his feet just flat-footed, and instead of moving around in the pocket and finding himself a little throwing lane, that's a tough play for the running back to make. You're running to the sideline and the ball's thrown back at your ankle.
Right.
It's funny, when you watch Stephen McGee tonight, it's all going to be in his footwork. Don't worry about the arm. He's got that. It's all in the footwork. Does he get his feet set? Does he get the ball out?
And it's a different deal in a game situation over practice in San Antonio. Now rolling out, he has really good athleticism. He shows it right there. Gets knocked out of bounds after a pickup of about 6 yards.
And if we can take a look here, and I'll pause it just to show you Kevin Ogletree's in the slot here. That was a time where he had a little bit of time. Now when you can run, I always remember Tom Landry. I remember reading this, and I couldn't have been real old. At least I like to think I couldn't have been real old because I know I'm still young. But Tom Landry said that Roger Staubach ran around because he didn't know how to play the position. And I thought, well, that's crazy. And then you get up and you understand why. I think Ogletree had a little check down there. But when you can run, sometimes you take off a little early.
And McGee ran for 1,750 yards in his career at A&M. Sam Hurd sat down, got back up, and gets knocked down at the 44. That's short of the first down by about 5 yards.
And again, that holding on the first down play, it's hard to overcome 1st and 20. It's hard to make 1st and 10. You drop it off. Smart play by McGee. You don't want to force the football down the field, but then they just come up and they tackle you.
Working from behind the chains on this first possession. Now here's Matt McBriar, averaging over 50 yards a punt tonight. Had a 68-yarder earlier. And he booms this one down inside the 10-yard line. It's going to go into the end zone. You don't see that all that often from Matt McBriar. Comes out to the 20-yard line, and the Raiders will start at their 20-yard line. Cowboys not only played in the Hall of Fame game last weekend, they went on a tour of the Pro Football Hall of Fame as a team. The players saw how helmets were made in the early days, enjoyed videos of former players, spent plenty of time in the bust room as well. Lots of former players on hand and current players. And if you look at Matt McBriar, LP Ladouceur. In fact, Jason Witten, babe, stuck around and listened to Emmitt Smith's speech as well, didn't he?
Because he wants to know how he's going to approach it when he gets
He's
inducted.
preparing. Always preparing
years,
for the future. That's right. And that's Michael Bennett picking up about 9 yards. Nice carry there. But what a great weekend it was, and what a great speech from Emmitt Smith on Saturday night as well. Of course, the 8-time Pro Bowler, and you know what he's accomplished in his career and has a deserved spot in Canton.
Gosh, you know, and you know what he's accomplished in his career, and that's why he went to the Hall of Fame. But look at that right there. I mean, that's pretty impressive. That's impressive, too, getting your name in the Ring of Honor here.
Yes, the Ring of Honor has been transported over from Texas Stadium in the upper reaches of Cowboys Stadium.
No, it's interesting, too, because I thought Emmitt did a heck of a job on the speech itself. They unveil that bust, and to the best of my knowledge, they do not see it. They do not see it before they actually get a look. That's why Emmitt does a little
double
second take. Well, yeah, I think I look pretty good there. But, yeah, he memorized that speech. Clearly, and to be able to nail that thing like he did, that was as impressive as any run he ever broke off in my mind.
Yeah, with the passion with which he delivered it. Michael Bennett, the veteran running back, trying to make it with the Raiders, and he gets 19 yards out to midfield.
And obviously, Bill, being up there and being there that weekend and being a teammate of Emmitt in 1990, it was my 8th year in the league at the time. And when he came in, there was nothing remarkable about him. You didn't look at him. Some guys just wow you. I think Des Bryant is that kind of guy. You go out to a practice, you watch him for about 15 minutes, and you say, wow, that 88 is something special. You didn't say that about Emmitt, which to me made it all the more remarkable what he accomplished. Because he wasn't a big guy. He wasn't a fast guy. He didn't have all those things where it just takes your breath away. So to end up as the NFL's all-time leading rusher was truly a remarkable achievement in my mind.
Temporary timeout. Number 36 injured player being substituted for.
That's Michael Hamlin, the second-year man out of Clemson, the safety who is walking off pretty much under his own power. Jim Maurer.
I've never heard of a temporary timeout.
I've never heard that either.
Heard of an injury timeout and heard of a timeout. Never heard of a temporary timeout.
It's sort of an injury timeout there. Figures from Bowler, and that's Jamar Wall, the rookie out of Texas Tech, defending.
You know, and there are guys on this team, Bill Jones, that are going to make somebody else's team. There was a time here a few years ago where
nobody wanted the extras.
Yeah, you got
here.
released here. You weren't going anywhere for the most part. Now, this is a team that, again, depending on injuries, they're going to release 4 or 5 players. They're going to make other teams active rosters, not just practice squads.
And scouts from other teams will be looking at this video as early as tomorrow.
Yep. But you always say you're not just playing for the Cowboys tonight, you're playing for 31 other teams.
And plus, you just never know what's going to happen injury-wise the rest of the way. The Cowboys are obviously hoping that there will be no more injuries the rest of the way, but things can happen.
Yep. I was all week, Bill, or what we had of it anyway, since we're on a Thursday night game. It was, hey, what do you expect from Thursday night's game? And you never know what to expect.
Bennett caught by Leon Williams. Boy, Leon Williams, number 52, has really impressed in his time here. Spent 4 years in the Cleveland organization. Did not impress Wade Phillips nor Reggie Herring, the linebackers coach, this offseason apparently when he first came to the Cowboys. But he's impressive in training camp in the San Antonio portion of the camp anyway.
And I believe it was Todd Grantham who had him in Cleveland who had said this guy can play. And I guess he's proven that here over the long haul of training camp.
Bowler throws incomplete to Watkins, and that's Brian McCann defending.
You mentioned Kyle Bowler, Bill, started the first 9 games up there in Baltimore, and I do think there are exceptions to the rule, certainly, but I do think sometimes it hurts the quarterback more than helps them to play early because they're just not ready to go.
Hey, the great example is on the other sideline in that same 2003 rookie class. Bowler was a first-round pick. Look where he is now. Tony Romo was undrafted in 03.
Which one do you want today?
Exactly. And Romo sat for 3.5 seasons before he really got a chance to play.
I really think there's something to be said for that. I think the Cowboys and Jerry Jones got spoiled. Jerry's first experience was Troy Aikman. Started right from the get-go, went 0-11 his first year, and he was a guy that was able to overcome it, but it was not without some trials and tribulations.
You would know that because you were rooming with the guy. Yeah.
And there was a time or two where you had to say, hey, keep your chin up. Of course, he said, every time I keep my chin up, they keep hitting me underneath it, and I'm getting stitches.
McCann deep and gets away from it. The ball will trickle into the end zone for a touchback. Swayze Waters, the punter and place kicker in the second half of this game for the Oakland Raiders. And Stephen McGee will try again here at Cowboys Stadium. Dallas up 6-0, getting late in the third. Play the Dallas Cowboys scratch-off ticket for a chance at $250,000. Enter to win a VIP suite weekend package, season tickets, a draft day war room weekend, and more. It's the Texas Lottery, the Dallas Cowboys scratch-off ticket. Stephen McGee with his second chance tonight. It was Romo, and he had a couple of possessions, and Kitna worked on into the second half of this game, and now McGee. Has plenty of time, and that goes through the hands of Chris Gronkowski, the undrafted rookie free agent fullback out of Arizona.
Fellows, a little update here on Mike Havlin, who was shook up when they took that temporary timeout. They did bring him in. He's got a neck strain. They were checking him on the bench and checking for strength in his shoulders and his neck, and he looked a little bit dazed, so I think they said best thing to do, let's go into the locker room and check things out. So I would imagine he's done for the night.
Cowboys already down a couple of safeties. In fact, Pat Watkins, the veteran safety, as well as Kwesi Owusu-Ansah, the fourth-round draft pick out of Indiana, Pennsylvania, who's barely even played in practice. McGee shows that he can run a little bit, gets close to where he needs to get for a first down.
Nice job by McGee there, just stepping up, keep digging back up into the pocket. You want to go back to the other play, though, where I thought he broke the pocket a little bit early. If you see the left slot, we're going to pause it right here, and I'm going to show you. This is Kevin Ogletree. Just watch the route that he runs there out of the slot. McGee has time to throw this football. Ball's got to come out. Again, it's all learning process. And it doesn't end until you're about, 17 or 18 years in the league.
And keep in mind, McGee didn't play much in the preseason at all last year. He got hurt in the Tennessee game, the first game played here at Cowboys Stadium. He was flushed out that time.
There's no foul for intentional grounding. Quarterback outside the pocket. Threw the ball beyond the line of scrimmage. Fourth down.
Nice job by McGee there, tucking that football. We saw Kitna last week against Cincinnati have the ball kind of dangling. Romo tonight. Watch when he gets in trouble here. This is a good job here. He feels the pressure. He wraps up the football, now comes out with it. Gets it out of bounds.
Nice job until he started running right at me.
So McBriar is on for the fifth time tonight with figures deep for Oakland. One thing that they like about Stephen McGee, though, he's a smart quarterback, and he showed it right there. Sometimes it's the plays that you keep the other team from making on you in the backfield. Figures with running room. Gets to the outside. And he's hauled down at the 47-yard line. And that's Curtis Johnson who makes the tackle. So the Raiders with decent field position as the Cowboys trying to keep this shutout going late in the third quarter. From the 46, Kyle Bowler still in there at quarterback for Oakland. Fires right side, has Johnny Lee Higgins, and that's Teddy Williams, the rookie out of UT San Antonio defending.
You don't think they game plan to throw on Teddy Williams?
You don't think so? Yeah. A guy who 2 weeks ago had no idea he'd be in an NFL training camp.
Well, and we see him coming off right now. It took about 30 snaps last week because of all the injuries in the secondary. Cletus Gordon and others.
To pick up 18 yards there.
Excuse me, and didn't do a bad job. You talk about sitting out. Some people sit out a year, a half year.
False start, offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
And really the way the Cowboys discovered Teddy Williams, and they had a need with depth in their defensive backfield. Larry Coker, the head coach at Texas San Antonio, of course the former Miami head coach, was at the Cowboys practice at the Alamo Dome talking to Tom Siskowski. Said he's got a guy over here that's got some great speed. Siskowski took a morning to go timing and watching. He ran a 10.26, and they said, well, maybe you had the wind behind your back. Let's try it again. Ran the other direction, ran a 10.27. I mean a 4.26 and a 4.27.
I was going to say, I run a 10.26. Thought he timed him in the 100 meters, and I thought, well, no, I think he ran a 9.9.
Yeah, ran a 9.9 in the 100 meters. That'd be slow for him.
So having said that, I want to see him put Teddy Williams in a position he's going forward, not backwards.
Well, I think he was going to go to Baylor, and they were going to make him a receiver there. Art Briles, the man who I've never met, by the way.
You've never met Art Briles, the great Art Briles?
Jancy Briles, who's the public relations assistant for the Cowboys. We were right there in San Antonio, and Art Briles was down there. I was all excited, going to get to meet him, and she never introduced me.
And he's been out at Valley Ranch watching the Cowboys a couple of times. Had the Baylor staff there as well. One of the great coaches in Texas, not only high school, college coaching circles now. Of course, he was at Stephenville for many years.
Well, the Raiders just collect #1 picks, don't they? Or former #1 picks. Kyle Bowler, Jason Campbell at quarterback. They're just across the board. They just fall in love with him. And it's Al Davis, of course. No matter what they've done elsewhere, if you were drafted in the first round, he wants you.
And the Raiders have, as that pickup gets down to the 20-yard line, have 4 veteran quarterbacks on their roster in Campbell, Bowler, Bruce Gradkowski, and Charlie Fry. And 2 of them, Gradkowski and Fry, have been hurt, so they had to pick up another quarterback, Colt Brennan, who we might see in the 4th quarter of this game. Of course, who played for June Jones at University of Hawaii, and he just showed up last weekend.
Yeah, Colt Brennan said, I'm going to act like I know what I'm doing out there. Maybe even if I don't, I'm going to act like I know what I'm doing.
That's one of the keys to succeeding in life. Bowler rolling right. And he needed to get down to just inside the 15-yard line. It's going to be field goal time for the Raiders, trying to get on the board.
Kyle Bowler can run just a little bit. He's got a very strong arm. All sorts of stories of him when he was coming out of Cal, that he could sit on the 50 or kneel on the 50 and throw it through the uprights and throw the ball 100 yards. And
that is the end.
The Raiders had another quarterback. The Raiders had another quarterback who could do that and throw it about 75 yards from his knees. Jamarcus Russell, who's no longer here. 6-0 through 3 quarters at Cowboys Stadium. Now this from your local station. We start the 4th quarter here at Cowboys Stadium in Arlington. The Cowboys leading the Raiders 6-0. Lots of defense in this one. This night started with a very special coin toss as a couple of former Cowboys from the past took part. Swayze Waters kicking the field goal attempt from just inside 25 yards, or 35 yards. Of course, Janikowski has been the regular for the Raiders for years, but Swayze Waters showing what he can do. And it's a line drive, and it is no good.
Wasn't a very good snap, guys.
And I mentioned the coin toss before the game in honor of the 50th anniversary of Dallas Cowboys football. 2 honorary captains at every home game coin toss this season, and tonight it was the great Jethro Pugh, who played in that doomsday defense, number 75 there in the 60s and 70s for Dallas, and Eddie LeBaron, The original Cowboy quarterback. There's Jethro Pugh in his playing days, getting Sonny Jurgensen and Greg Landry. And how about this video from 1960, Eddie LeBaron. Stephen McGee at quarterback for the Cowboys now from the 25-yard line. And, Babe, you got a chance to talk to Eddie LeBaron before the game tonight.
I did. He started this whole thing. He was the first Cowboys quarterback to take a snap. And kind of, I don't want to say groomed Don Meredith, but effectively groomed Don Meredith. He said at 33, he became an attorney. He said, you know, I've had it, ready to go. He said he wasn't completely healthy and had a bad knee. And I guess when you can become an attorney, and in those days, of course, you weren't making a ton of money. Now you'd say you're going to become an attorney? What?
I think he was saying that the total payroll for a team back in the early 60s was like $175,000. The entire payroll for an NFL team. Back then the roster was 33 players. Jesse Hawley makes a great catch out of bounds. There is a flag down. There's a flag down in the backfield, and there's a flag down 20 yards downfield where Hawley made the catch out of bounds.
I don't know if the ball got tipped. Certainly McGee's arm got hit. If the ball is tipped, there can't be pass interference. Not to mention, I don't know if you call it. Well,
there are 2 fouls on the play, both against the defense. Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 97. This penalty is declined. Pass interference, defense number 36. This penalty is accepted. Automatic first down.
That's Joey Thomas, who,
and again, if the ball's hit, excuse me, Bill, if the ball is hit here, there can't be pass interference once there's a tip ball. And I don't know if it got hit or the ball just popped out due to.
Looked like.
Yeah, here's a better look.
Yeah, one of the Raiders got McGee's arm and maybe did not touch the football. That was Grayson Gunheim coming from the backside.
That's why that umpire, when he was back with the linebackers, has a much better view of that play than he does standing behind the quarterback.
From the 44, this is Lanye Miller out of Fresno State, the rookie undrafted free agent. It's out near the 50-yard line. Pickup of 6 yards for Miller.
Lanye Miller had a little bit of a tough road. He backed up the nation's leading rusher, Ryan Matthews, who from Fresno State, 12th pick by San Diego, who I'm assuming we'll see next Saturday, a week from this Saturday.
Well, he's a good-looking running back. He was the top running back taken in the draft this year. And Miller got a lot of playing time his second to last season at Fresno State as a junior, but Ryan Matthews pretty much took over last season.
Lanye Miller may be a little bit of a sleeper. Got good size, 222 pounds.
Yeah, ask Brady if he'll do it. Standing right next to him.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 4 for Stephen McGee. We'll see what he can do here. It did seem like, Babe, that McGee settled down later in the game as far as that footwork goes that you're talking about against Cincinnati.
Yes, absolutely. And this is big. You want to keep these drives alive because you want to stay on the field and get more plays. So you want to convert these 3rd downs.
Hudgens, the intended receiver, but it goes incomplete. Can't convert on 3rd down. And the punt team comes on again.
Boy, and they're just, good job on McGee sitting in there, sitting on the back foot. The receiver's just not able to get a whole lot of separation tonight. Again, Raiders playing man-to-man virtually every snap. You got to kind of take that guy up the field, make him think you're going upfield, and then come underneath it.
After the punt.
That was a nice play by McFadden, the rookie for the Raiders. And so McBriar once again. Fair catch called for at the 10-yard line. Loses the football. Madge scramble for it. Teddy Williams might have that football in there. Number 29, Teddy Williams has it. Brings a smile to the head coach's face.
Who's more surprised, Teddy Williams or Wade Phillips?
See there, he was going forward. He made a play.
The kick was muffed by Oakland, recovered by Dallas. It will be Dallas's ball, first down at the 11-yard line.
Heady play there by Teddy Williams.
Sean Bodiford muffs the punt, and it's Teddy Williams, the splendid sprinter, in the words of Wade Phillips, who sprinted downfield and got the turnover.
Are we going to see our first touchdown?
Number 77 has reported eligible.
Yes, we are.
Number 77.
So Stephen McGee with renewed hope here inside the 11-yard line. Gronkowski up the middle. Gets 4.
He just gained twice as many yards as he did his senior season. I checked that, 4 times as many. He had 2 carries his senior year.
For 1 yard?
For 1 yard. He was really an H-back at Arizona.
Right.
Played at about 237, put on weight here up to 245 now to play fullback in this offense. I said, why didn't you carry the ball more? He said, well, they always threw it to my brother. Brother played on that team.
That's right. Rob Gronkowski, who is a second-round draft pick of the Patriots, one of the top tight ends coming out this year. There's Miller, not much running room. So once again, McGee in this Cowboy offense will face a 3rd down. Can they punch it in the red zone?
Yeah, punching it in may be a little strong. Looks like they're going to go 4 wide, so can they throw it in? And this is, boy, that area really gets compressed down here, and I know Stephen McGee is chomping at the bit to throw himself a touchdown pass, and I don't blame him. But it's also one where you still want to be smart with the football. You're up 6-0. You get another 3, you get 9 points, you put yourself into a 2-possession game.
For Manny Johnson in the slot on the right side, number 15. Nope, they're going left, and their flag's down at the snap of the ball, and they'll push them back 5 yards. The idea was Terrell Hutchins.
False start. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty remains 3rd down.
And that's Brewster over there at left tackle. Harper should have coached him better. Beat to the inside anyway.
Brewster's going to be a tired pup tonight.
Yeah. I don't care if it's 70 degrees or not. And 3rd and 11 is a little bit more difficult than that 3rd and 6.
Swings it out to Miller, in trouble. And gets to the 10-yard line, and it will be David Beeler time once again.
All right, Beeler, 4 out of 5 so far this preseason.
I think Beeler's paying these guys off with all these little short field goals he ends up with.
Yeah, actually 5 out of 6.
Yeah, he's 5 out of 6.
He's got a 42 to his credit tonight. 42 and a 27. And what are we looking at here? About 33.
Actually 28.
Oh, excuse me.
And he is good from 28 yards. David Beeler now 6 out of 7 this preseason. Only 1 from beyond 40 yards, but it's a 9-0 lead for David Beeler and the Cowboys here with 10:41 to play in the 4th. Cowboys now lead the Raiders 9-0. Still early in the 4th quarter, thanks to that man, David Beeler. The Ford scoring drive. Stephen McGee motored them down the field. A 1-yard 4-play drive. After the muffed punt recovered by Teddy Williams. So give the assist to Teddy Williams on that David Beeler 28-yard field goal, and the ball falls off the tee as Beeler approaches. It's that wind gust here at Cowboys Stadium.
I felt it.
How could the ball sit there that long on the tee and when you're indoors and then fall off?
It was the rumble of the players running downfield that caused it to fall.
I think Lucy was holding that ball and pulled it away from him right as he went to kick it. That's the only way Beeler doesn't kick a touchback, is if the ball falls off the tee.
Got it teed up again. He's got 3 touchbacks tonight. They were all going the opposite direction, and I guess he's now kicking into the wind. Figures is deep for Oakland. Booms it And once again, it's 6 yards deep in the end zone to make that 4 touchbacks for David Beeler. Joe DeCamillis is having a hard time judging these kick coverage guys.
Well, the tough thing about that, if you're the kicking team and you're going down there on coverage, is every time you sprint downfield, it never comes a return. Eventually, they're going to return one. You better be ready for it.
The license plate Cowboys will be sold to the largest bid on September 22nd. Just over a month from now. Click myplates.com for more information. You can have the license plate Cowboys. From the 20-yard line, the Raiders taking over. Kyle Bowler still in there at quarterback. Dumps off the screen pass here. The Rock Cartwright gets downfield to the 40-yard line. Pick up a 20 yards for Cartwright.
Fellas, that's a long ways for a nose tackle to go downfield and make a tackle.
Yeah. Josh Brent comes down, tracks him down from behind here, and he says, look, I'm going to fall. I'm going to dive because I can't run anymore. That's a heck of a hustle play there. He gets a push. Easy to say, well, I'll let somebody else take care of that. I don't know if he tackled him or he was just kind of tripping, and on his way down he got the heels.
The 7th round supplemental pick out of Illinois, Josh Brent, and right up the middle that time for about 13 yards goes Michael Bennett.
By the way, guys, when you have time, I've got Terrence Newman here on the sideline with me, so just let me know.
Hey, we got all the time in the world for you, Nicky. Go ahead.
All right.
In fact, you've got 9 minutes and 45 seconds. Take it away.
We got 9 minutes to go here. You can talk 9 minutes?
I don't know if I can give you 9 minutes, but I can give you a couple.
Second game for the team. Defense played well again.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to get this thing done, I think we have to step it up on defense and play a lot better than we did last year, and get some more turnovers, get some more sacks, and make it easier on our offense.
Alan Ball, there wasn't much action back there in this game, but how do you feel he's assimilating into this defense?
I'm telling you, the fans are going to love what he does and what he brings to us. He's a versatile guy who played corner. He knows the position at safety. So he kind of knows what to expect at corner, and he's a guy that knows football. He's got a football IQ that's high, so he's rangy. He can go get fades that are, help us out at corner and go get some balls. So you guys are going to like him.
I'm guessing you like the fact that we were here earlier and I saw 104 on that screen up there, that you got a roof over your head today.
Most definitely. Some guys forgot that we had a roof over here, so they're like, man, we're going to be burning up in there. But I was like, we got a dome. Don't forget we're not at Texas Stadium anymore. So we definitely got lucky. Jerry built this house for a reason, and we're definitely going to utilize it.
Now, a lot of moving around, training camp, San Antonio, you come home, you go to Canton, come home, now Oxnard, but I would imagine it's a welcome trip to Oxnard.
Yeah, definitely. We got a lot of Cowboys fans in a lot of different cities and states, so it'd be good to get out there and, give them a chance to see us and come support us and, do some good things, hopefully.
And a high of 63?
That's even better. We get to get on some actual grass and kind of get our legs a rest from the field turf, which is always good, and we're just gonna have some fun with it.
All right, Terrence, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mick.
All right, you guys, back to you.
The Steiner Sports call to the sideline. Terrence Newman did a very nice job filling some time there.
He didn't give us 9 minutes, but he gave us a solid 2.
Yep. In fact, at 8:50 to go here, it was 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Thank you very much, Terrence Newman. Barry Church, the safety, coming up defending on this play after the completion goes to John Owens down to the 25-yard line.
Looked like a little hog tying contest there, didn't it?
It did.
Say, come on, go down.
I like that Barry Church.
Yeah, I do too. Big guy.
All right, I learned a lesson about interviews. Don't turn your back to the action. That didn't feel real safe when I saw people crawling towards me.
That was a play, the first play there, that went to your side of the field. Teddy Williams was defending on that one. Kyle Bowler throws right side, and that's complete to Figures, and Williams defending again.
Figures had a nice catch on the near sideline, then goes across. Teddy Williams, pretty good job of coverage there. It's that comeback route that we've been seeing the Cowboys struggling with a bit. There you see Teddy Williams, the sprinter. Right in his hip pocket, come back and get that ball. Good throw by Kyle Bowler.
Well, you can really tell, though, that Dave Campo really likes Teddy Williams. As much time as he has spent with Williams before and after practices down at the Alamo Dome.
False start. Offense, number 51. 5-yard penalty remains. First down.
Now, I don't think anyone coaches harder than Dave Campo. Now, Tom Cable, the Raiders head coach, may have an argument with me, but there's Coach Campo. He'll stay after, as you say. Many of the coaches, they'll be out there another 5-10 minutes working with their guys, especially the young guys. Dave Campo is out there, as you mentioned, Bill, 20-30 minutes with Teddy Williams, just going over and over the different calls and adjustments and formations.
I think he just loves having a new project on the scene. You know, he's a guy, Dave Campo, when his son was playing football at Coppell High School, he spent the summertime coaching Coppell's 7-on-7 team.
Yeah, and I hope he wasn't coaching the offense because he doesn't know a thing about offense. Camp, see? I was kidding with him down there. I said, Camps, look, just tell the kid after he got done coaching Teddy Williams up in one of the practices. I said, look, just the kid runs 4-2. Just give him a number, tell him to cover the guy all over the field. And he said, that's great, but we only have one defense like that. And I said, well, then just run it a lot. Simple.
Maybe we'll see it a lot here in the fourth quarter. Bowler over the middle. Jamar Wall defending on Bodiford down at the 15-yard line.
They really thought, Oakland thought they had their version of the triplets when they took in successive years. Jamarcus Russell with the first overall pick in 07, then Darren McFadden at running back with the 4th overall pick in 08, and then Hayward Bay last year with the 7th overall pick.
And it seems like all three have literally fallen into the black hole in Oakland.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, McFadden's been hurt, in fairness.
And Hayward Bay, in the eyes of many, was a project. He was just taken so high by Oakland.
Well, and I think that ultimately helped lead to the holdout of Crabtree by the San Francisco 49ers right across the bay, because they said, well, our guy's better than your guy. We need that money. We need the Hayward Bay money, which is never going to fly, because obviously the team just comes back and says, wait a minute, he was taken 7th. We took you 10th. We're going to give you that money. So that was a shame that Crabtree holdout last year, and he actually came in and did quite well for a guy that missed all at training camp.
Going to be 3 inches short.
Mickey Spagnola 3 inches looks more like 8 inches in real life.
Hey, I could have told them that before they pulled the stakes out there. What were they doing?
I'm going to let you and Mickey discuss that one, Phil.
They just wanted to get on TV, that's all.
So it's 3rd down and very short. Well, 4th down. Check that. I was looking at the chain gang over there, which has 3rd down.
They have yet to pull it to 4th.
There we go. 4th and 3 to 8 inches. Quarterback keeper by Bowler, and I think he got it to the 5-yard line.
Boy, I don't know if you could see this on TV, but I was on the sideline, and he double clutched that snap. He almost fumbled it.
I bet we can see it on TV, too. Take a look. Whoops.
Yeah. Ball went down onto his thigh pad, and he was lucky to be able to double clutch it. Look at Mickey Spagnola down there.
Yeah.
I'm tired of coaches saying, hey, I can't see, I'll have to look at the film. Mickey didn't need to look at the film.
Cartwright gets to the 3-yard line. We're down to 5.5 minutes left in this one. And the first teamers on the Cowboys sideline, the first team defensive guys, and you know Wade Phillips wants to pitch a shutout even in the preseason.
Well, and they were up there pitching one last week until
Jordan Shipley
returns a punt 63 yards. Got him down inside the 5, and they scored from there.
A test for the Cowboy backups on defense here. Bowler throwing for the left corner. Nick Miller, and he comes down with it. Yes, it's a touchdown over Jamar Wall.
Boy, Jamar Wall he got his head turned around. If he follows it, he's got good coverage. He just takes another peek back and loses the receiver. See if we can see Jamar Wall here at the end of this thing. Oh, yeah, we can see him. Watch now. Okay, he's got him covered. Go run underneath it. Go run underneath it. Go run underneath it. And then he slows up a little bit, stops, tries to find the ball, and boom. He had great coverage.
fellas, they're having a little discussion on the field here. I didn't see a flag, but there's a little confab.
Well,
one foot's in, second foot.
Yeah, it's going to be
the
close.
ruling on the play is it's an incomplete pass. Incomplete pass. Third down.
Wade Phillips threw his challenge flag. He certainly wasn't challenged, but it was incomplete. But our side judge there.
Yeah, Cable's going to throw his red flag. Going to take a closer look.
Yeah, we had a touchdown signal there in the back of the end zone.
Well, I'm guessing a Raider fan may be
Oakland
escorted
is
out
challenging
of
the ruling
this
on the field of an
building here.
incomplete pass.
Yeah, our field judge back here gives him the touchdown sign in the back of the corner. Now, we see the right foot. It gets down. Does the left foot?
And he has to have possession all the way through.
Giving him possession. No. Hand touched. Looked like that left hand touched before the left foot came down.
So
right, I've got it as a no touchdown.
I agree.
So
no
again,
touchdown.
the field judge there, he signaled touchdown in the back of the end zone. Somehow they got overruled in that because Wade Phillips was throwing the challenge flag on the Cowboys sideline. Then we see another look. Right foot down. Now, does any part of the... Oh, it's close. Even if the shin gets down, that's considered a second foot. So does a shin or calf get down here? On the top of the... Wow, that's close. Wow, that's close. That's a great angle there. Now, the replay officials are not getting our video feed. They're getting the Raiders' video feed. So we're not sure that they're getting these pretty pictures that we have.
Probably do not have the number of replays that we have.
And again, if it's that shin touching down, that counts as a second foot. Any part of your body other than the bottom of your foot.
Roughing the kicker defense, this 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Boy, and that's dangerous. That's why they protect the kickers with that 15-yard penalty. Teddy Williams is coming from the top of your screen here, and that kicker, that's just exposed. Hey. Look away.
That's a rookie mistake, and so...
Well, that's a rookie mistake who hasn't played football in 4 years.
That's exactly right. A track and field mistake. Cowboys now lead the Raiders 9-7, Babe Laufenberg, with less than 5 minutes to play.
Well, two things here. One, we talked about Stephen McGee being smart down in the red zone there. Take your three, make it a two-possession game. It paid off. The field goal gives them a 2-point lead here. The second part of this is now with the penalty on Teddy Williams and the ball at the 45, you got to be ready for an onside kick here.
And it is Janikowski who loops it downfield, hits at the 15-yard line, and it's Jesse Hawley falling on it on the 12.
Almost pulled off to perfection there by the Raiders. And I know that's good to see for the Cowboys right here. You get that on film, you show the young guys. They had their hands team out there anticipating the onside kick. But that's another facet to that. You know, they pooch it over that front line. Cowboys had 9 guys up front, 2 return men.
So nursing a 2-point lead in the final 5 minutes. 9-7 Dallas. This game is brought to you by AT&T. Find out what's possible when you can talk and surf the web at the same time on the nation's fastest mobile broadband network. AT&T. Rethink possible. New quarterback into the game for the Cowboys. And Matt Nichols out of Eastern Washington, the undrafted rookie.
Timeout, Oakland. This is their first. It's a 30-second timeout.
Oakland playing for keeps. Going to use their timeouts here in the final 5 minutes of this one. They want that football back.
Maybe Matt Nichols can get the Cowboys in the end zone.
He does. It will be an 88-yard drive here.
You know, I hate to jinx the kid, but here it goes. He's done okay. He's been okay.
You've been impressed with him, watching him in practice in San Antonio?
Overall. I mean, now people are going to say, well, Babe said he's going to the Pro Bowl.
I remember back in 2003, there was an undrafted rookie out of Eastern Illinois that Babe Loppenberg thought was pretty impressive.
I don't like him that much. I don't like him that much, but he seems to know how to function at that quarterback spot. A little bit like Rudy Carpenter last year with the Cowboys.
Hey, fellas, you want a little Tony Romo?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
All right, we got him here sitting on the bench. So you had a few series in there. How did you think the offense functioned here tonight?
Well, I mean, we did some good things. You know, we don't game plan for these games, and they did a couple things that we probably would have, done a couple things differently. But, not unlike last year when we played them in the preseason, you'll use that if you end up seeing them again, and that's just part of it. But some of the execution was good. I got to get the ball out on another play that would have helped us, and we'll go back and look at the tape. We got to improve.
Is it difficult when you know you're only going to have a couple series?
Yeah, I think sometimes you don't want to you always want to take what the defense gives you, aggressively take what they give you, but you also want to score a touchdown. And in the regular season, sometimes a certain coverage or something beats your play, and that's part of the game. And it's tough in the preseason because you want to still find something, and you have to be willing to not do that and just take what they give you.
What do you think the biggest thing you guys need to work on offensively when you get to Oxnard on this weekend, I guess, start practicing again?
Well, we always have a lot of stuff to work on. I think, for us, it's just really it's probably cliche, but it's just a rhythm, understanding that you can't make a hold on a certain time, and we had a pretty good field position out there on one. I think the second group was in, and then we can't take a sack down at the 20-yard line and get us pushed back. Things like that are very important, and those are just the experiences of the game. And if they happen now, you have to learn from them as an offensive unit and get better.
Now, you kept an eye on your backups. John Kitna got to play. Stephen McGee. What did you see there?
On who's that?
On Stephen McGee and John Kitna.
Well, we'll watch the tape. You never know 100%. I know that it's tough because some of the stuff they're doing tonight is they're trying a couple things, and you need to have some stuff that you can beat it with. But it's a fine line. We have to be able to execute, but you also don't want to show too much. So there's that fine line in the preseason. How much is too much? And we still need to be able to move the ball. And I thought the guys handled stuff pretty well, but we can all do better.
Now, in light of all the injuries you had at the tight end position, what in the world are you throwing the ball to Jason Witten for?
Yeah, I thought I really only wanted him to play about 3 snaps, get his one play, and then be done. But coaches are smart about him. They took him out pretty quick, and he's pretty invaluable, so we definitely need him.
Now, did you tell McQuiston to be ready just in case?
Pat was ready to go. We practiced a lot, and that's the other thing. We were kind of limited in what we could do tonight. Just from that perspective, we really, like to use the 2 tight end set quite a bit, and I think Oakland kind of knew that a little bit, so it's part of it.
That's what people need to understand. John Phillips going down, and a lot of people say, well, he's only the 3rd tight end. But as much as 2 tight ends you play, you need that 3rd guy.
Oh, absolutely. That is very important. And I think for us, it's just part of, figuring out a way to do it with different formations. And we'll have to adjust. And John had a great camp and played great in the football game. So it'll be tough to overcome.
Okay, Tony, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Okay, guys, back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mickey and Tony Romo. And Steiner call to the sideline. And, boy, that was a wide open Michael Bennett running down the sideline.
Yeah, somebody blew the coverage there. I didn't know if Mickey was going to conduct an interview or ask Tony to marry him. He was on Ben. He was on bended knee there. Yeah, something's wrong here. I couldn't tell you who. But just look for the guy that's getting screamed at on the sideline here, because Bennett, another one of those former #1 picks. You like that, huh, Bill Jones?
Yeah, I did like that. I'm thinking about people watching in sports bars with the sound turned down, across the Metroplex. They're wondering the same thing.
I would have said, Tony, do you mind standing up? I mean, I know you're exhausted from all your evening activity here.
Hey, I just gave Sacrifice a pair of pants kneeling down there, so lay off.
All right, 2nd and 10 here. 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 2nd and 10
And I got to leave tomorrow. I ain't got time to go to the cleaners.
Got grass stains here?
I don't know, but something was wet down there.
Second down at the 11. Nice move by Bennett. Gets past Brandon Williams there. They got some extra yards down to the 10. A little misdirection pitch to Bennett. Got by one of the Williams, and another Williams was in on the stop. Leon. So the Raiders, with 2:40 to play in this game, already in field goal range, facing a third and a couple here. Looking to throw is Bowler. Tipped up. Leon Williams dropped it.
Wow. You're not going to get an easier interception than that one. Oh, my goodness. Well, that would have stopped the drive.
Yep.
And probably ended this football game. Well, I shouldn't say that. Cowboys offense hasn't exactly held the ball for long in this. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. I don't want to say how do you drop that, because that's how you drop it, but wow.
I don't know why he jumped. It was going to come right to him.
It did come right to him and went right through him, too. Janikowski is on for the 28-yard field goal attempt, and it is good. Waters may have got hurt when he was roughed by Teddy Williams earlier, and Janikowski kicked the onside kick, a little pooch kick, and now Wade Phillips upset on that Cowboys sideline as Janikowski kicks the go-ahead field goal here with 2:24 to play.
Well, and I'm curious as to who blew the coverage on that little screen. That's, I'm sure, what he's still upset about. Well, this will be good now for Matt Nichols, though. It'll be fun. 2:24. Go ahead, run that 2-minute, move your football team down the field. Everybody says we've never seen David Beeler kick a game-winning field goal. Maybe they get to see one tonight. Off you go. You enjoy the night.
That little screen to Michael Bennett where they cleared out this side of the field and there was nobody there to defend. It went for 33 yards and got him down into the red zone, and they convert for the 10-9 lead. Of course, you got Cowboys preseason football here in the month of August, and the Cowboys will close out the preseason against the Miami Dolphins on Thursday, May 2nd, as Kevin Ogletree goes deep. And there will be college football again this fall here at Cowboys Stadium as Janikowski has it teed up. The TCU Horned Frogs battle here on Saturday, September 4th, Labor Day weekend against Oregon State in the Cowboys Classic. Tickets for the Cowboys Classic on sale now at all Ticketmaster locations and Ticketmaster.com, or you can call 1-800-745-3000. Ogletree from deep in the end zone, trying to make a play, gets to the 12-yard line, still on his feet, and back to the 11. And there is a flag down.
Yeah, it was probably not a good decision by Ogletree coming out of the end zone. Not to mention it ran 7 seconds off the clock here on the return. But, you know, when you're 7 yards deep, unless I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, Joe DeCamillis, the special team coach, said, I don't care.
During the return of the kick, holding receiving team number 16. This penalty be assessed half to the goal, first down.
Jesse Holley.
Well,
now you really should have taken the knee.
Yeah, that makes the decision even worse.
Yeah.
So, Matt Nichols, you're 94 yards away from the end zone, but you only need a field goal with 2:17 to play. So you're a good 70 yards away from that.
Yeah, and with Beeler, I would think anything
maybe
60 on in, he's got a legitimate chance.
Deep in a hole from the end zone to Lanye Miller. He's driven out of bounds. A 1-yard pickup.
I'm telling you, Matt Nichols, he's very calm. He's very cool. His feet don't get jumpy. He reads things out, I think, well. As you mentioned, Bill, he's got a long way to go here on this drive. But I think he's done well with limited opportunities. And I really wonder, too, Bill, we've been down there in San Antonio, of course, watching virtually every practice, how much work he's had in the 2-minute offense.
That's right. Very few reps.
Quarterback, does not get a bunch of.
A fourth-string quarterback. flag down. Has time. Goes through the hands of Manny Johnson.
Should be a neutral zone infraction here on the Raiders. So they'll give you another play.
And a little more
offside. Defense number 99 lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
That's the Texas Longhorn, Lamar Houston, second-round draft pick out of Texas. So now from the 13, second and short yardage now for Matt Nichols.
You know, the Cowboys have got 4 wide receivers in, but really 3. Terrell Hudgens got a hamstring problem, and he can't help him out here on the left side.
Nichols has time, goes over the middle, and it's caught by the second man to touch it for the Cowboys at the 21-yard line.
That Leon Williams saying that. Okay, that's how you catch that deflected ball. Nichols got this ball.
This is the 2-minute warning.
And Kevin Ogletree very slow in getting to his feet. 2 minutes left in this one. Final 2 minutes here in Arlington. The Cowboys down by 2 now. Bill Jones with Babe Laufenberg with the binoculars on. Mr. Laufenberg. And boy, this is the best seat in the house, no doubt about it, here at the 50-yard line. And have you ever seen yourself up on a 120-foot high, 180-foot wide big screen?
No, and I don't think I want to see a whole lot more. And apparently neither does our producer, because we've got game action again.
We were up there. Scary sight. Matt Nichols over the middle, complete to Miller. That's the 27-yard line.
Good job here by Matt Nichols. Cowboys have all 3 timeouts, and he has to understand this is a lifetime right now. Minute 45, 3 timeouts. You can drop it and drop it. You don't have to get aggressive here, but you sure like Pat McQuiston not to jump. Excuse me, it was not McQuiston.
False start. Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty remains, second down.
Didn't mean to do that to you, Pat. That was Sam Young.
Sam Young, the 6th-round draft pick out of Notre Dame, playing right tackle. McQuiston's the right guard. Costa's the center, a rookie undrafted free agent.
Boy, now you're just looking, if you're Matt Nichols, you're looking for guys that can win for you. You get man coverage. I think I'd be looking to 85, Kevin Ogletree. He's your most experienced guy out there.
And there is a dropped interception by the Raiders. A direct energy energized player selected before the game tonight, Leon Williams. He has been energized on the field too. Direct Energy, the official electricity provider of the Dallas Cowboys and Cowboys Stadium. He was so energized that the football went right through him
on the interception.
Interception.
It would have been a heck of a pick.
Yeah, that would have been foretelling, would it not? You would have been a prophet, Bill Jones.
That's right.
He picked him before the game started, and he killed the drive, but instead he dropped the interception.
Got to make plays. Got to make plays. Trying to do it on offense now. Miller gets past one man, gets to the 30. As the clock down to a minute 20 and ticking away here.
And they're going to take a timeout. 4th down. Might as well get the play you want.
Timeout.
Make sure that
Dallas.
Make sure that Matt Nichols is all set.
This is a 30-second timeout.
Of course, the Cowboys playing the Raiders here tonight, but on Monday night, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders unveiled their 2011 swimsuit calendar. The 12-month calendar features a different cheerleader for every month of the year, plus bonus pages. It was back on Monday night where they had their unveiling of the 2011 swimsuit calendar.
Where was it shot?
Looks like it was right here at Cowboys Stadium. Oh, no, where was, I don't know where the photo shoot was this year. It was some exotic
always a good
somewhere.
place, because I know Chris Beam, who works in the video department, always seems to get himself on that trip.
Mickey was there this year. He could probably fill us in, but we don't have time for that right now, Mickey. It's 4th down for Matt Nichols. And he's got his man Manny Johnson.
And he's got the first down.
Yeah, I wanted to tell Manny, no, don't turn back looking for more. Just drop your left shoulder, get upfield, and get the first.
Because he thought about turning back. So a new set of downs for Matt Nichols with 1 minute to play in this one. And there's Johnson again, 2-yard pickup.
Again, Cowboys 2 timeouts left. They really need to get about 23 yards here. If the ball can touch the 40, you got a real legitimate shot at making it.
58-yarder.
Yeah.
Oh, through the hands of Johnson, and it is picked. And going the other way, Jerome Boyd puts it away for the Oakland Raiders.
Boy, Manny Johnson still isn't up. He finally gets himself up. The Cardinals in here. Ball goes through his hands. And then he doesn't, I don't know if he can make the tackle, but he gets mad at himself, and instead of going for the football, don't know if he would have got there. Got the tackle, but this one's all over but the shouting.
The second-year man out of the University of Oregon, Jerome Boyd, takes the pass that went right through the hands of Manny Johnson. And he goes the distance to put the Raiders up by 7, trying to make it 8. Still a one-possession game there, Babe Loffenberg.
Very good point. Yeah, it's not
17-9.
It's not over.
So perhaps Manuel Johnson will have a chance to make amends.
Yeah.
You look at David Beeler there, the Dallas Morning News player of the game from a Cowboys perspective is David Beeler. Why not? 3 for 3 on his field goals. He's accounted for all 9 of the Cowboy points tonight. Cowboys had a 9-0 lead, and it's frittered away here in the fourth quarter. Read all about tonight's game in tomorrow's edition of the Dallas Morning News.
All right, and as you mentioned, Bill, they can tie it with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So Manny Johnson has to put that one behind him, as does Matt Nichols, the quarterback, and see if they can get something going again here. 2 timeouts. And this time it's not Kevin Ogletree back to return this kick, but rather Lanye Miller, it appears. Oh, excuse me. And it's not Lanye Miller this time. That's Brian McCann from
Brian
SMU.
McCann. Yep. Who's been returning punts earlier tonight, and he has more experience returning kickoffs in his college career. Now Janikowski is the leg to boot it deep in the end zone, but McCann's going to take it out, trying to make a play. He got out to the 20-yard line. So with 27 seconds left, Matt Nichols will try again here, and needing a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. By the way, the Tim McGraw Super Bowl kickoff concert is Friday, September 10th at 7:30 p.m. There will be a tribute to Emmitt Smith and the 50th anniversary of the Dallas Cowboys, plus a special performance by Tim McGraw. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com.
All right, what do you got? Little screen, maybe?
It's pretty much what we're looking at here. It's something short.
Try to get them all playing deep and throw underneath and big pitch and run, and you've got a couple of timeouts.
Maybe a little hook and lateral after that. Hudgens, who Mickey Spagnola has reported is barely able to get downfield on a gimpy leg. In triple coverage that time. So with 22 seconds left, Matt Nichols will face a 2nd and 10. It's a night that started with the first team offense getting 2 possessions in this game. And on the Cowboys' first possession, they were able to drive 55 yards in 12 plays, but could not get the touchdown, as once again it stalled in the red zone, and it was a 42-yard field goal by David Beeler that put the Cowboys up 3-0. Now Nichols going deep to Hudgens. He's got it down to the 40-yard line.
Boy, good throw right there. Nice catch by Hudgens. And he's struggling. He is struggling. I don't know if he's going to make it back out.
I told you he couldn't do much.
Timeout.
Boy, there's a good throw.
Dallas, this is their second. It's a 30-second timeout.
Very nice right there from Matt Nichols to Terrell Hudgens.
The game clock operator,
College.
please reset the game clock to 16 seconds. 16 seconds.
40-yard pickup. 40-yard pickup there to the 40-yard line.
He beats Joe Porter there at corner, and if you're the corner, how do you let a guy run by you with 16 seconds to go, knowing they need a touchdown?
And he's got a bad hamstring.
Yeah, if he didn't, Mickey, I think, I'm not saying he scores, but they're going to have to haul him down from behind. He goes about 225 pounds, so he just kind of pulled up and almost downed himself right there. Okay, you've got one timeout. You got 16 seconds, so you can complete a ball over the middle of the field here, pick up 15, 20 yards, then call timeout, then take your shots into the end zone.
I'm going to get in position for that 58-yard field goal. Oh, that's the last thing.
Got to take the timeout.
10 seconds.
Timeout.
9 seconds left. Nichols, the sack.
Timeout. Dallas, this is their third and final timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. What do you want to do?
Well, now
the game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Thank you.
So, Babe Laufenberg, Mr. Offensive Coordinator up here in the broadcast booth. What now?
Well, you got two options. One, try to get something on the sideline. You're out of timeouts. Catching out, then throw the second one into the end zone. Or you take two shots into the end zone. Roll the guy out. 10 seconds, probably have enough time to roll him, throw it. Does take a little while. Cowboys are going to go 3 wides to the right side and Ogletree off left, and it's not a bad idea to just throw back. Many times they end up throwing the coverage to that 3 wide side.
Encroachment, defense number 94. 5-yard penalty remains, second down.
So that gets Nichols a little closer to the 40-yard line.
All right, here's our so Cowboys got 3 wideouts split right in what they call a victory formation over there. Almost that Blue Angels wing there, and then it's Ogletree up top by himself.
He looked Ogletree's way, fires Ogletree's way, can't come up with it.
Well, that's the out throw, trying to get him in closer. If Nichols can get this ball to the outside just a little bit more, I think Ogletree has a shot at it. Pretty good route here. This comes down and back. See, as Ogletree has to turn back for the ball. Now you're getting into the defense. Go ahead, Mickey.
That was a strong throw, though. He almost fit that in there, but the Raiders weren't buying that the Cowboys were going to throw the Hail Mary, and they had 3 guys on Ogletree.
Well, again, if he throws it to the sideline, you got a shot, but not there. Here comes your Hail Mary.
Yep. Now you're throwing to the end zone, where Manny Johnson is hoping to redeem himself. Jesse Hawley moves.
Oh.
False start, offense number 16. 5-yard penalty, third down.
All right, we'll see if Matt Nichols can place himself alongside Roger Staubach with the Hail Mary. You don't think it has the same significance?
It might for Matt Nichols.
A little hyperbole here? Oh, it'll be, trust me, it'll be well beyond Staubach's if Matt Nichols to Matt Nichols. Now can you get it into the end zone?
He's winding up that arm.
I see that. He's stretching it out a little bit here.
From 44 yards away. He heaves it. Hudgens, and there's a pick in the end zone, a touchback, and that will do it.
That is the end of the game.
Wasn't much of an effort there by the Cowboys receivers to get down there.
Stevie Brown got the game-ending interception there, and that's his second that Matt Nichols throws tonight. And one of them was returned, a pick 6 by Jerome Boyd, the game winner in this one. Dallas Cowboys travel to Oxnard on Friday, then next Saturday at 8 o'clock Central.